Um, Welcome everybody. How are you doing today? It's so very nice to have you here. And today I wanted to speak a little bit about overcoming daily obstacles with tenderness and inquiry. We all experience obstacles in life. This is normal, natural. It happens to everybody. And in this past year in particular, we all had a much greater share of obstacles with the pandemic, with economy, with politics. And yet, last year or not, this is just part of life. Naturally, there you are going about your day, everything seems to be going well, and then suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, circumstances arise, inner circumstances, outer circumstances. And challenges are here. So often these challenges, especially our inner challenges, are connected to the unmet, unresolved patterns of the past. So how can we deal with these daily obstacles? These moments that seem to derail our attention, take our attention away from being here, or take our attention away from presence. How can we deal with these with tenderness and inquiry? And I want to say a few words about tenderness, because tenderness is our natural state. That really is the expression of our natural state, a symptom of our natural state. When tenderness is here, presence is here. And really, tenderness, kindness is just the opposite of the patterns of the past. Or I sometimes call it conditioning, right? Tenderness is just the opposite of conditioning. And I'm not speaking about, sometimes we have this little mistaken type of kindness and tenderness, which is more emotional. Oh my God, this is so this, or this is so that. And that's not necessarily what I'm speaking about. But I'm speaking about that inner kindness, the ability to see things how they really are, which really isn't easy, right? Because the past obscures that. But when we are really resting in our heart, when we are really resting in presence, when really there's a true kindness, we can see circumstances, situations, people, including ourselves, for where we are really at. And this is often the most difficult part, about tenderness. We can be so kind and tender with others, but we don't have the same kindness and tenderness towards our own experience. It's so key, to realize that in order to really deal with the daily obstacles, we have to develop an attitude of kindness, or an attitude of willingness to see things for where they are. Really meeting yourself and your own experience, where you are in a moment. So often that moment of kindness or tenderness is just enough, right? To shift our attention, to change everything. Sometimes it really is the beginning of inquiry. So often just realizing where you are, like, oh my God, past is present, or I just got triggered. That really is the moment, even noticing that much, right? It's a moment of really shift and change, of shifting of our attention. And of course, kindness, tenderness is just the opposite of judgment, just the opposite of comparison, just the opposite of wanting things to be different than they are. And that really applies also to our spiritual goals, right? If you want to be somewhere where you are not, there's a difference between a true, full desire for truth and freedom, and between the mind's movement to want to be where we are not. I wish I was awake. I wish I was. I wish I had this experience, right? Even that wanting, wishing for the spiritual is going to cause suffering. So as a practice, in general, we want to develop a habit of really realizing that where we are, this is the beginning, right? So I want to invite you right now in this moment to just take a moment, and if there are any obstacles or a obstacle present in your life right now, just invite it to be here just the way it is, with no expectation, no judgment, no need for anything to be different. And then also take a moment to notice the sensations that are present in your body as you are inviting this obstacle or obstacles to be here. And can we just be here for a moment? Can we just notice how things really are right now? Because this moment of allowing yourself to be here just the way you are, with nothing needing to be different, that really is tenderness. That is kindness. That is the beginning of inquiry. So sometimes, this moment of just realizing where you are at, that's enough. With kindness, right? That's kindness itself. When we realize, oh, that's what's going on. That is enough to shift your attention. Sometimes we really need to sit for the steps of inquiry because some of the patterns are just strong, they really take our attention. So if that's necessary and needed, if you know how to do that, that is the way to go. And I will be speaking about this more and practicing with you in our upcoming 3-week program that starts on February 14th. And of course, I will be speaking about many other things as well. It's always good when we can be there in person, even though it's over the phone, and just be able to meet and address whatever is going on for you. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you there.